And what is up? It's C the Earthbound Primalist, and this video is me showing you with a walkthrough the gear that I've laid out that I'm going to be using at Cocodona 250. So I've had some people reaching out to me and asking, can you show me the gear? Like what kind of things are you using out there? What are you going to be carrying? What do you need to get through a race like that? So that's what this is all about. Any questions, let me know, but enjoy. All right, give you a bird's eye view of the amount of gear that I have. Some of it's for my crew to have, some of it's for me to have, but yeah, let's go through it. So, all right, at the epicenter of my gear, I've got a Camelback Octane 25 Fast Pack. Absolutely beautiful pack. I've done a little video on it before, and you know its features and benefits and what I really like about it. So I've been training with it with a lot of weight in it, and it distributes the weight beautifully. So that's the pack that I'm using, that's going to be the epicenter of everything else that you see here. So pretty well starting from the top, I've got 2 body bottles that go into the front straps of the pack, and that gives me a liter on my chest. Usually have electrolytes in that. And then I've got a 1.5 and a 2.5 litre bladder. They go on my back. Now, this race has called for and mandated that we're able to carry a minimum of 4 litres of water as we leave the start line until we get to the second, third aid station, because we have a 22-mile stretch across the desert where we just don't get water. So we have to be able to self-sustain our water through that. So I've got 2.5, 1.5, and 1. That more than covers that. Gives me about 5 litres, I think, if I've done my math right. All right, moving along. I've got my headlamp and my waist lamp. Look chunky, are chunky, whatever, they do the job. I wasn't in a position to be able to go and drop $200 on the latest headlamp, so I have what I have, and they do the job. I've run with them. I did long haul with them. They worked beautifully. 2 battery packs to power the waist lamp. Got my sun hat. Got a battery pack. I love this battery pack. It is a little heavy. It's got all my cords. Solar rechargeable pack itself. It's IPX rated, water resistant, and it will recharge everything that I've got multiple times. So one charge will get me through the course. Coming down, I've got my trifold trekking poles, and then I move into my miscellaneous stuff. So I've got my little mascot. My wife got me this. He's my little guy. I've got my space blanket. This is basically a tacked bivvy. It's just like a reflective kind of sleeping bag type thing that just reflects my body heat back into me. I've got my squirrel's nut butter. Might seem a bit funny, but I have a folding comb. Now, one of the reasons that we were told to bring this is because out in Arizona, they've got this teddy bear cholla cactus. When the cholla cactus attaches to you, it breaks off, and you have this big chunk of cactus hanging out of you, and it's got barbs like porcupine quills. So they go in, and then they don't come out real easy. You use the comb to flick it off, and then you use tweezers to pull away any spines that are remaining. The problem is if you try to grab it with your hand and pull it off, it's now stuck in your hand. So, because it's like barbs in all different directions. Got my sunglasses, got this little kit, a couple of different types of tapes, some toilet paper, some moleskins, just a thing, you know, to take care of business, basically. All right, so coming over the other side, I've got my collapsible cup. I've got my trusty buffs. I've got my Luna. I've got my old adventure racing ones, my La Sportiva, and my Adventure Race Australia buff. I've got 3 pairs of socks. You may be thinking that's not enough to get through 250 miles. If I was wearing shoes, you'd probably be right, but sandal runner, so that's literally just for when it gets cold. I've got a hooded rain jacket that packs down really tight, and then I've got my earphones that allow my ears to still be out but listening to my music or my ebooks. and I've got my iPod. Alright, clothing. I have an X-Bionic Fennec desert running shirt. Really cool technology. This is an older model that I had from running deserts in Australia, and what it does is it basically traps your body sweat in these channels in the chest and uses your own body sweat over your core to keep you cool. It's got reflective material. It's really cool. It's named after the fennec, the desert fox. I've got my sun sleeves. I have my Walla Way of Life Athletic tights, compression, and I've got some compression calf legging thingies. I've got my sun gloves, and I've got my cold weather gloves. I've got a tech towel. I've got a cooling towel that I can, wrap ice in and stuff and put that on me. And I have my Eureka Stockade flag that my crew is going to have, and that will help me pinpoint where they are, but it also lets everyone know I'm a crazy Australian. Got my woolen blanket my crew's going to have, so meeting them in the middle of the night at aid stations, wrap that around myself. And then I've got some cold weather gear. So the thing with this race is we're still seeing snow up on the mountain passes, so scorching hot during the day that we have to deal with, but then freezing cold at night that we have to deal with, and especially once we're up at altitude. So I've got some long tights. I've got some, long, lightweight pants. I've got a couple of long, running shirts, long sleeve, and I've got a Sherpa fleece. I never really went or got into that, the whole puffy jacket thing. I know a lot of runners love that. I never did it, so Sherpa fleece works for me. So that's an overview of my gear. There's a couple of things I haven't included here. My sandals. I will have 2 pairs of sandals with me, and just some other odds and ends. Like I'm also going to have like this Sherpa fleece hood neck thingy combination that I can put over my face and head for if I get really cold. And otherwise, that is the gear that I am taking with me to Cocodona. If you have any questions, let me know.